Hello and welcome to another episode of Arizona HOA Unplugged. Today, I want to welcome all of you. I want to thank the over 200 views that I've been getting lately. It's grown quite a bit from the first episode where I had, I think, just a little over 40 hits. So I want to thank all of you that find the information that I have to say important enough to want to look at it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Anthony Scopoletti. I am the host of Arizona HOA Unplugged. I want to do a quick disclaimer, and for those of you who this may be your first time checking in, this is a publication of mine. It is a view. It is the views of mine, and none of the hosts, Ustream, any of the companies or businesses or individuals I may mention. If I do quote somebody, usually it's a source that is already out there publicly. I also would like to say hi to a couple of good friends of mine, which I know that there's been times where people don't believe when I say good friends, but just want to give a uh, hello and thank you, and also a plug for anybody who is happening to look for legal advice to um, give a give a call to Steve Scheifus and also to um, Brent Bryson from Bryson Law Firm. Uh, Two great guys. They're there for the homeowners and not the industry that many people believe is on the homeowner's side. Several weeks ago, matter of fact, even months ago, I posed a question to CAI. Have not yet to hear anything back from them, and my question would be is that if they do have a membership of that they take a dues from each of their members, and they also do have a level of, let's say, a code of ethics or a standard in which that they hold their members to. My question to them, and I've yet to receive anything in response, is that do they just take their money for their annual memberships, or do they actually hold their members to those standards? And I know that there's many blogs out there, many individuals that can pretty much testify to the practices of many in the HOA industry that do not live up to a standard that is presented by the Community Associations Institute. So, if you are and you would like to find out, you know, anything or respond, my email is arizona.hoa.dude@gmail.com. You can reach me there, and we'd be more than happy to um, take any emails or any questions or any responses that you may have. Again, my name's Anthony Scopoletti. Today I'm going to go a little bit more on a personal level. I've had several um, good friends, and there I go using that word again, good friends. I also have people that follow me that send me messages, that have called me on the phone, and kind of want to know a little bit of really what it is that I what motivated me to get involved in doing something that takes time, takes preparation. Uh, it's and I simply say that what happened in my life, I hope to educate enough people that when it comes time that they should happen to get that letter from the attorney or that email from the management company or anything that may seem that they're being pushed into a corner, that they do have options and that they do have the ability to, and know that they do have people out there that can actually stand in their corner and say it isn't right, you don't have the right, there's laws that protect homeowners, even though you do sign away a lot of them when you do join into an HOA. Um, HOAs are pretty much when you sign that deed, you agree to binding documents that are um, not really enforced, that sometimes go above and beyond what maybe the city or even sometimes government regulates, but they'll push that line of ethics and law. Uh, and there's one way that you can fight back, and that's to um, either get involved to make sure that legislature is passed that toughens the laws that regulate the actions that the industry um, needs to follow in order to effectively run and protect your investment known as your home. Um, about and going into a little bit of a background, a real quick background. A little over 4 years ago, I ran for my local association's board of directors, Single Butte Ranch Homeowners Association, and I was a director for a little bit over a year. Then our president stepped down. I was vice president. I took over the presidency and served as president for well over 2 years. During that time, uh, went to a lot of training offered by the industry. And when I talk about the industry, is although we buy into an HOA, we buy into the beliefs that um, the governing documents and the board of directors are going to be the individuals that look out for our best interest. They don't always do so, and found out that although you have a management company and you have attorneys, that they there's really nothing that can bind them to anything, because they'll always wind up pointing their fingers back to the board of directors. Um, and when you start to realize that, and you take the proactive, and you take the stand that you are, as a board of directors, the employer of these individuals, that you are entrusted by your body of homeowners by an annual vote, put into that position to govern the actions of the association. It's not the management company, it's not an attorney, it's the board of directors. They're the ones that make the decisions for the association. And when you start releasing that power of the association to management companies and to attorneys, you allow them to dictate for your homeowners whether the pulse of the community is one way or another, that they're going to want to take it in the direction, or they're going to want to do whatever best suits them as the industry. And that's pretty much when I started to become more and more educated, along with a couple of other board members, and you start to realize that your role is more important than just showing up to a monthly board meeting and being a yes man for suggestions and comments that or recommendations that might come from a management company. And started off with a board of directors, a majority of them that decided to go ahead and violate state statutes and have meetings behind closed doors. And I could say this openly because of the fact that I have documents that'll show more than enough to protect myself from anybody who wants to bring anything more onto me or my family. Those individuals, they held a meeting. They vetoed my executive order for being able to hold an executive session to discuss my concerns, and they uprooted me as president, put a new president in there. And there's a lot of activities that go on within our association that do not have any documentation to back them up. We now operate off of a formatted agenda that I've been to every single meeting with the exception of the December meeting of 2010, where I've yet to see the board talk about and discuss where they're going to take away the area on our agenda that gave homeowners the right to speak. Now we're only allowed to speak on whatever they put on the agenda unless you ask for a slot on the agenda from by going through the management company. Um, so there's been a lot of activity that has been going on. Recently, I want to give someone a quick amount of fame on my show. I usually don't do this, but there's one individual out there that thinks that they are so enlightened on my personal life, and she's not the only one. There's a couple of people out there that hide behind I mean, even going as far as to impersonate my wife on Twitter and put out about a lot of vile stuff about my family, about myself, about the company I work for, and as far as I know, that can even be what some of the board members or even the management company themselves. Um, there'll come a time where someone will slip up and they're going to say something and they're going to be brought down. But this one individual, uh, this Carrie Gonzalez, whoever the hell she is, that doesn't give any information. There'll come a time, but I'm going to read you what she just recently posted today, and for those of you that have ever been drugged through a lawsuit, especially one that, in my opinion, and because it didn't go to the courts, was frivolous and held no merit. Um, it's quite expensive. Um, my association, under the leadership of a majority of a board decision, decided to go ahead and take my family, myself, and my wife to court over a Facebook and a Twitter account, saying that I had violated trade, use name, layman act, violated a code of conduct, all the stuff. And I'll tell you that if you wanted to go to exposemyhoa.wordpress.com, you can see all the documents. They've been photocopied and put on there so that people could view them for themselves. It wound up costing us personally $16,500. Uh, this individual, Carrie Gonzalez, finds pleasure in the fact that because of the financial cost to my family, it's put us to the point to where we currently have a foreclosure process going on our house, and the documents that the mortgage companies put out there as a notice of trustee sale to secure their interest. Now, while I'm fighting hard to make sure that our family doesn't lose their house over this whole situation, and in the next 2 weeks, provided that the money gets to the mortgage company, we will remain in our house. But I'm going to read you what she had to say, and this is the kind of mentality when you get individuals that want to wrap themselves around the industry that is becoming so vile towards their ability to have power to impose financial strains on individuals. And I don't know if it would be Carrie's own neighbor that this happened to, if she would just be as vile and as petty as she is. But and this is quoted, and I will have this up, and I will have this on exposing my HOA.wordpress.com to show everybody the kind of individual that she is. It goes, "Thank you, Anthony Scopoletti and Celine Scopoletti, for messing with everyone. You knew this was happening, but you still played with the HOA management and people's lives, trying to ruin good people through your ignorance when you knew you were leaving. Thank you so much for spending my money. Yes, I blame all the Scopolettis, not Michael Papin's daughter, Sierra Scopoletti, through because she was just following her mother. You should not have brought your daughter into this bad. What goes around comes around. Karma is a bitch." Quote from a good friend. "Look what I just found. Thank you, Lord. These people are out of my community. Poor Anthony Scopoletti will have to get an apartment for himself. LOL. Celine Scopoletti will crawl back to her parents. FYI, they don't like Anthony. He's not a good provider. ROFL." Now, see, The problem with Carrie Gonzalez is the fact is that whenever I present facts out there, her only her only defense is to go ahead and attack me personally, not the topic, not the message that is being sent, not any of the stuff that is out there. No, her defense is to come back and make it seem like anybody who goes through a financial difficulties is thank God. Well, Carrie, hopefully your prayers will come true, but it's looking like they're not. In the next 2 weeks, I may still be a neighbor. But even if I do leave this community, it's not going to delete any of the facts of what this association, what this board, and what the legal representation of Single Butte Ranch did to my family. It's not going to wipe it out. It's not going to go away. It's not going to change the fact that Michael Pappen is a loser, has never seen anything but pictures on our Facebook post of his biological daughter. The guy is still avoiding giving me information. I had to spend more money with my attorney to try to chase him down, but yet you'll wrap your arms around such losers like that. Whoever it is that keeps feeding you information about my family and myself, you just keep embracing them. Because when it comes down and all the evidence is there for everybody to see, they're going to realize that you are who you are. You rather beat up on an individual, you rather beat up on people that stand behind individuals than to actually face the facts. So I say it to you again, if you have anything that you could support with any of your allegations, anything that you want to say against me, you want to say against my family, you want to say about anything that we post on our blog, bring it. Ask your sources to go ahead and bring that to the table, because I will tell you right now is that I have everything that I need. I have all the documents. I have no hollow words, but you do. And you could go ahead and keep spewing your little messages, and speak of your hollow words, and you could go ahead and anybody, and I'll say this, is that anybody who follows an individual like you has not really got a life of their own that's worth much. Because this kind of stuff, if you find that to be something to be glorifying, you need to wake up. I've on several occasions invited you personally to my residence, but it's funny, you don't show. You don't show up to the board meetings, but yet you claim that you live in this community. I'll tell you what, email address anthony.hoa.dude@gmail.com. Send me your address. I'd be more than happy to come over and see you. Matter of fact, I'd like to send you some documents with half of the stuff that I've documented that you said about me. So it's just a word. I've given you your fame. People could go on to Facebook, look you up, Carrie Gonzalez. Go on to, put it in the search bar, look for her. She's got a bunch of nice and neat little comments that she likes to make, but none of them actually support anything when it comes down to defending her side against the truth that I put out there. So, with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and, for those of you that might not know, our association's legal firm is Sean Lines. Augustus Shaw just sent me an email again because he didn't like a comment that I made, and he's threatened to take me to court for, defamation of character. Hey, all I could say right to you, Shaw, and to Quentin Cups, and to Sean Lines, quit wasting my attorney's money. Send the information to me. You got my email address, anthonys@ohplumbing.com. You have my address, 115 South Noble, Mesa, Arizona, 85208. Send the stuff to me. Don't waste my attorney's time. Don't waste their money. If it has anything to do with the lawsuit that we had, then fine, you could discuss that matter. But anything else, board communication, any of that stuff, go ahead and send the information to me. And then I will choose which attorney I will go ahead and turn it over to at the time that I feel necessary. As far as innovative property management, Alex Winter, you want to stand up at the last open meeting and grandstand about a blog and tell people to call the police in the event that anybody should happen to come across us? Yeah, over a blog. I mean, if maybe you guys would focus a little bit more on your duties and responsibilities of this association in which we live in, maybe then, hey, nobody will have anything to say. But keep going on and doing what you're doing. because all you keep doing is just leaving more and more of a trail. You threatened my wife with a lawsuit back last year about defamation of character. If it was defaming and you had proof behind it, follow through with the suit. But as long as you want to sit there and keep talking what you want to talk, and don't give the homeowners a platform for them to be able to voice their opinion, the momentum is going to continue to grow. And there's no threats out there. Richard Shefford and having to carry a gun, afraid of stones being thrown through his window. What kind of garbage is that? You're the individual who is the person who parks out in front of my house. Yeah, neighbors saw you doing it. You're the guy who, if it wasn't for Augusta Shaw coming to your defense at an injunction of harassment, which I do have video of your actions that you took towards my family, and then have the board of directors support that activity. One more time. That's all it is. Just one more time. And then the defense about us not being concerned because we didn't call the police will drag you back in on an injunction of harassment. But play the victim now. You guys want to sit there and put it out there in the airways? Yes, go ahead and look up on my own personal AMS 1006 on Facebook. You'll be able to see the videos there from that meeting where they sat there and talked about myself and Gary Barkman having documents of the association. Be specific. What documents? Binders? You mean binders that have public records of the association? And these are supposed to have thievery of personal information of the association? But you guys want to sit there and talk that kind of garbage? It does nothing for an association. Here's a litmus test for any of you people out there that happen to sit on the board, is that if your management company is talking more than your president, then the president is not running the association, it's the management company. Management company should be there when called upon for advice. That's it. They don't run the meetings. And if they're speaking more than the president of the association is speaking, you have problems within your association, because the board is not running your interest. Now there's going to be a lot of HOA summits that are coming up that the town of Gilbert are putting on. A couple of them this month. The Leadership Center is going to be hosting them. There's another one that's being put on, a dinner towards I believe October 25th at the Southeast Regional Library in Gilbert. There's one I want to say is about the middle of October, and one on the 26th of October at Gilbert Municipal, their City Hall building. That one's going to be discussing CC&Rs and also budget and your just financial information, but the pretty good training. Leadership Center puts on some pretty good training. But I will say that when you do go to these trainings, just go there with an open mind, take the information, but I will say follow it up with research, because there's a difference between what goes on ethically and what goes on by the law. And as long as you're willing to go ahead and challenge and step forward and file a suit or file a complaint with the state or with the bar or with anybody else who takes complaints for the activities that go on when state statutes are violated and governing documents of the association are violated, you know, you just as a homeowner, as a board member, you need to stand up and do what you are given the right to do. And you have rights, and when people start trying to take them away, you need to step up. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my blog, which is Arizona HOA Unplugged.wordpress.com. I post various stories and information and some videos I will be going ahead and putting some more posts on some more information, and as I attend some more of these classes and I come back, I'll go ahead and bring those to you so that everybody can get a chance to see them. And we'll just look forward to seeing you guys again. I look forward to seeing what enlightening messages that my non-fans are going to be posting about me and my family. And you don't have to worry, because I'm not gonna. This is the last time that I'm gonna talk. And like I said, if you want to stand out from behind your picture and your name, and give some actual information on which that things can be handled in a more adult type manner. You want to hide and you want to spew a bunch of lies about my family and myself, just, hey, if you want to go ahead and give me your address, we could go ahead and let somebody at a higher level go ahead and make those decisions on whether or not they happen to be factual or not. So until next week, I appreciate it. We're going to make it next week a little more lighthearted. Again, if you have any legal questions or concerns, seek a professional. I would say go ahead and contact a couple of Steve Scheifus for CMIL.com, and also Brent Bryson. There are a couple of other companies that I'd like to talk about, but right now I'm just going to sign off and thank you all for taking time.